Hi, East Texas. Thanks for watching CBS 19 Plus as we get you ready for the weekend. Sometimes I think it's never too early to start talking about the weekend, but certainly now make it Thursday into Friday, and we're showing you Friday's upper level wind flow, and it really sets us up for the weekend. The big features on the map, big area of high pressure. This is the heat dome that we've been under the influence of the last couple of days. That's retreating back to the southwest, especially Friday afternoon. This area of low pressure moving through the Great Lakes is dragging a front into our area. Notice the northwest winds. Little disturbances. See this little kink here? That little indentation, that is that little shower or a few thunderstorms that could move through Friday night. The high continues to retreat, and we start to see cooler air gradually build in here Sunday into Monday, and then the stronger cold front arrives Tuesday with winds turning to the northeast. And notice the flow here kind of west across the United States, several different disturbances, so several chances of rain next week. Still hot on Friday, close to 100. 93 Saturday, mid-90s Sunday, Monday, more sunshine on Sunday, followed by a chance for rain on Monday. Tuesday, there's the frontal boundary, and that's the end result, 83 for the high. I've seen some data that suggests it rains enough that keeps us in the 70s. Wouldn't that feel great? 83 Wednesday, back to some sunshine Thursday, 86, up and down Friday into Saturday. We're not done with the 90s yet. I mean, once we get past this front on Monday, I could see us even making it back into, say, the mid-90s by the 22nd, 23rd, maybe 24th of the month. All right, let's check out rainfall reports. We're counting since September 1st. We now think of that as climatological fall. And so since the 1st of September, of course, Tyler has not had any rainfall, about a ½ inch below for the month. And for the season, Longview's had 1/100 of an inch. So about a ½ inch behind for the season. Lufkin had some nice thunderstorms over the last few days, picking up 1.25 inches and about a ½ inch ahead. And when you look at the yearly averages, so we go back to January, and we are running 7.5 inches below average in the rain gauge. Longview about 2 inches below average in the rain gauge, and Lufkin about 1.25 inches. So it's been desperately dry, and that is reflected from the current drought index. Last week, we had severe, or I should say extreme drought, reaching to Henderson and to Jacksonville, with severe drought from Athens over to Tyler. This week, extreme drought, now Athens, Tyler, Henderson, all the way through Carthage. And you've got severe drought now stretching up into parts of Camp County. And you have severe drought, or I should say moderate drought, all the way through the rest of the viewing area. So can we get some relief? If we don't, these forecast fire dangers that we're talking about are going to continue right on through the weekend. But notice a little change here Friday. This reflects the chance of rain, especially in our eastern counties. So it's a moderate threat of forecast fire danger for Friday. It is a high threat from Mount Pleasant through Gilmer, Tyler, Palestine, and very high in places such as Henderson, Lufkin, and Crockett. Remember, almost all of the counties are under a burn ban except for Franklin and I think Titus and Camp County still staying out of burn bans at this time. Now, a couple of things. One's going to help the fire danger. It's also going to help our drought conditions. These are the rainfall forecasts over the next 7 days. And you'll notice here over the next 3 to 5 days to next 7 days, find your contour and then find the legend. And we are talking about anywhere from 3/4 of an inch on up to perhaps 1.5 to 1 3/4 of an inch of rain. So that is certainly good looking news there. All right, so here we go. Friday morning, this is Future Skycast. Got to watch this thunderstorm complex coming out over the Ouachita Mountains, sliding southward. That little boundary there, that could be all the difference in the world for the forecast tomorrow. Previous forecast, we were talking 100 to 104. That little boundary turns the winds briefly to the north. And so with cloud cover coming in, it could delay and keep that warm up from going up to 100 degrees. Then additional showers try to push into our area. Late Friday night at 10 o'clock, these showers and thunderstorms try to develop. Saturday morning, we got a little ribbon of rain probably about a 30% chance, and then it clears out, and the rest of the weekend looks fine. And then there you go. That's your next chance of rain that will come in, and that will eventually arrive. That little swirl of low pressure will swing through our area Monday into Tuesday. All right, wind and wind gusts on Friday. Kind of a breezy day along with some of the heat. We've got east to southeast winds turning back to the east. So that's probably enough to keep us just below 100 degrees for some of us. Sustained winds 7 to 10 miles an hour, gusts to 16 miles an hour. High temperatures tomorrow, Clarksville 95, Pittsburgh 96. Under partly cloudy skies with that 50% chance of rain throughout the day. 94 over in Panola County, 98 at Henderson, 99 at Jacksonville, 100 perhaps at Mineola, 102 at Canton and Athens. I mean, it's going to make all the difference in the world whether you have cloud cover and showers versus staying mostly sunny and hot. So to the west, Athens, for instance, around 102 degrees. Crockett, 104 tomorrow. That's going to be our hottest spot. Lufkin, 102, 94 at Hemphill. All right, let's talk about the tropics. This is Hurricane Lee. Now a Category 4 storm. Winds at 130 miles an hour, gusting to 160 miles an hour. This is a major hurricane moving to the west-northwest at 15 miles an hour. Forecast to become a Category 5 storm and then weaken back to a Category 4 storm and ride its way into the Caribbean or the Western Atlantic. Puerto Rico, rough seas, really up big swells coming on shore here. Into the Dominican Republic, big swells, big waves, and lots of waves also out into the Leeward Islands. And then we'll zoom back out. There's another storm here. This is Tropical Depression 14. This would become Margot if it becomes a named storm. This is forecast to, and now it is, it's a tropical storm. So we now have Tropical Storm Margot. This is forecast to remain a tropical storm until it gets out into the central Atlantic, becoming a Category 1 hurricane sometime Saturday, and then moving to the north. And then look at this cluster of thunderstorms blowing up on the west coast of Africa. This will likely be another wave of energy that moves out toward the Cape Verde Islands right here and could become yet another storm. The 2023 Atlantic season, so I did not have time to update Margot, but Margot now a tropical storm. So we'll add Lee as a Category 4 storm, Margot as a category or a tropical storm right now. Our tropical trends, we are very close to the peak of the season, but then it just gradually quiets down. All right, here's your Bill Scott White Texas Spine Joint Hospital 10-day forecast. So scattered thunderstorms Friday, 98. Morning thunderstorms Saturday, 93. 94 Sunday with some sunshine. Back up to 95, and then the front comes through. Showers Tuesday, 83. Morning showers Thursday and Wednesday, highs in the mid-80s. Partly cloudy Friday, a high of 87. We're back to 90 as we get into that following weekend at about days 9 and 10. Thanks for watching CBS 19 Plus. Have a great night.